Ooh,
I think we're live.
are we live?
Are you live?
Have I ever been?
I'm not sure. I think you're some kind of automaton. That's my theory.
You seem like some sort of spirit, some flapping bird spirit.
You seem too perfect somehow to be a human being.
I've
I
gotten
assume
that.
you're some other sort of being.
I'm an inhuman being. Here we are.
Well, here we are. Welcome all of you people. We see you. We
We
see
see the
Jeanette and Lazarus and Greg and Melissa and
And
Justin.
Justin.
We see you all and we welcome you. We greet you with enthusiasm.
Welcome to our 11th,
12th.
12th live stream. My goodness.
My goodness, yes. Um, it is wonderful to be here with you all. Oh yeah, if you want to tell us where you're logging in from, we love to see all the different places people get to watch this from. This is like the sweet consolation of this time is that we get to transcend geography with you. Yes,
That's right. Here we are.
here we are. I would like to begin with some thank yous. We've gotten some presents this week,
Yes.
and I just want to acknowledge these wonderful presents. Let's see. I got a great postcard from Peter Buffano. Thank you, Peter Buffano.
Oh,
Oh, look, and he signed on just at that moment. It's
look at that.
Kismet. Oh, look at all these great places. So many places. What
I
did you
also got a postcard. It was last week from Susaz, a lovely collage postcard.
I love that. I got some mail art from Susaz as well. It says
So good.
science is good, and it's a M for microscope. I love this so much. Or maybe
good.
M for Marie Curie. And it has this beautiful paramecium collage on the back. So thank you, Susaz. And how could we forget this incredible chocolate gift from Minion? Thank you so much, Minion. This chocolate is keeping us from going over the edge. It is medicine, and we thank you for
It is
it.
medicine.
This fascinator is from my mom. Thank you, Mom.
Fascinating.
And check out my new accessory.
Oh,
Check out these bird skulls. Aren't they amazing? Wait, you can see one in my décolletage as well.
and your
Goes-
what?
Don't worry about it. Thank you, Taryn, for my birthday gift. I love them so much, these creepy
Yeah.
skulls. They're so pretty.
I love it.
Welcome everybody. This is a donation-based concert show, which means that if you are able to support our efforts for this show and our music making with a financial contribution, we are so grateful for that. And we're also so grateful to all of you who have already done that, who've been doing that every week and joining us here every week. And we are so grateful.
Yes, and just showing up for these broadcasts and so seeing your little faces, it's just been so wonderful.
I'm going to do the overlay.
Do the overlay. Yeah.
So if you would like to make a donation, the donation links are here on screen and they're also in the comments. We can do Venmo or PayPal. You can buy a virtual ticket. You can get some merch or music from our Bandcamp, and we will mail it to you.
Look at that, floating in a cloud.
Look at that, floating in a cloud. There you have it. And if you are financially stressed right now, as a lot of people are, don't worry about it. Sit back, enjoy the show. Let us transport you somewhere else for an hour or so.
Yeah.
The other thing that we will accept apart from donations is, of course, your questions. So if you have burning questions for us, I guarantee that we will do our best to answer
Yes, we will
those
say
questions.
something.
We will say something. Yes, and a special request as we start the show, if you're on Facebook, if you wouldn't mind just clicking the share under the video so that you can help us spread the word of Charming Disaster to your friends, enemies, neighbors, relations, whoever you think could use a little bit of this.
Don't forget frenemies. It's very important.
Hannah has a comment for you about your mustache.
Oh, yes. I've been cultivating this mustache during our lockdown times, and it's really for the show. It's just I'm a vacationer in the land of facial hair, and this has been a fun excursion, and we're all going through this together.
Your
So,
mustache, we are going through it together. It's true.
yep. So there's more to talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Melissa wants to know about my lipstick. This is MAC brand Viva Glam 1. There are different Viva Glams. This is the original, and I have several tubes of it in various states of newness. Yes.
Excellent.
All right, so to begin, we like to start with the divination. And today, our card is the Magician. And the thing that I think of when considering the Magician is the object manipulation that he's doing. Scientists have studied what happens in the brain when people learn how to juggle. And it's really interesting. They've done like fMRI kinds of things where at first you're thinking about it and like it's all in your sort of the part of your brain where you're thinking about it consciously. And there's this thing that happens. It's not like a straight line kind of thing that happens. It is there's this binary flip where all of a sudden it moves to a different part of your neural processing, where there is a moment when things suddenly change. I like to think of Helen Keller's moment of inspiration when she's got her hand under the well and all of a sudden she realizes that the shapes being signed into her hand are language. And that moment when things change from thinking to knowing is the thing that I'm going to focus on this week.
Demonstrated by me right there.
Yeah, that was incredible. Was that like in the front part of your brain or like the back part of your brain?
It moves around a bit. It sloshes around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So it sloshed back into the back part.
I mean, it seemed like it was sort of, it had gotten instinctual for you. Like, you know,
It
like
did.
maybe it's just a thing you do to like express yourself or I don't know what you do.
I was expressing, yes. So enough of this talk of science. Why don't you play a song about Helen Keller?
Well, I mean, you know how much I love to talk about Helen Keller.
I know.
Okay, so I especially like to talk about Helen Keller's teacher, Anne Sullivan. I read a book about her when I was a kid, and I was kind of obsessed with her. And I can still like tell you all these things about Annie Sullivan. Like she and her little brother Jimmy had to live in the Tewksbury poorhouse, where and she had granules on her eyes, which scratched her corneas and caused her to be partially blind. And she and Jimmy would play in the closet in the poorhouse where they kept the dead people. He had a tubercular lump on his hip the size of a teacup, is how it was described to me, and it's so vivid, the teacup. And then one day Annie went into the dead closet to play, and there was Jimmy, her little brother, very sad. And then she went to the Perkins School of the Blind, and then
Why don't you play the song? Why don't you play the song?
All right, this is a love song for Helen Keller. What can I say? The girl, she went away, but I think of the love that I fell in. Fingers that fluttered and skin like a dream and a heart like a sweet watermelon. How can I describe it? It's dark and it's quiet since I lost the beautiful Helen. So hard to get through to her, like she's from Jupiter. How can I possibly tell her? My feelings for her were so tender and pure, you could write them into a bestseller. Oh no, I forgot. Oh, how tragic. Wait, I'm gonna pull it up because I can't stand it if you don't get to hear the next line. I know. Can you just throw up the technical
Really?
difficulties or something?
No, we're gonna suffer through this together.
God, this is the worst. This never happens, and
Don't
I
you just fake it?
practiced.
What do you normally do when you
No,
can't remember?
normally I fake it, but this is like for immortality because it's all gonna be like archived, and I mean
This
like
is all for immortality.
in a live show, like I would just make something up, but I'm gonna like demand a do over on this one. Okay,
All right.
all right. I'm gonna start from the second verse. I just got so excited. So hard to get through to her, like frames on Jupiter. How could I possibly tell her? My feelings for her were so tender and pure, you could write them into a bestseller. I wanted her hand, she could not understand my mysterious mistress, Miss Keller. Her teacher, Anne Sullivan, with those dark glasses on, couldn't get Helen to see that I was the one for her. I'd kiss and comfort her, but she would not stay with me. Wind up her doll, she'll walk into the wall, corduroy's her favorite color. The woman I'm missing, she just doesn't listen. She sits with her hands in the water. I still don't believe it was the scarlet fever that made her attention span smaller. The kind of a girl who lives in her own world, Ma and Pa Keller's beautiful daughter.
That was well worth it. Did you say comfort her butt?
No, I mean, I'd kiss and comfort her.
Kiss and comfort her butt.
Don't be juvenile.
I heard it. I am not juvenile. You're juvenile.
We forgot to talk about what we're drinking, and I thought maybe we could toast
What are you drinking?
the kind of people who are here with us tonight.
Yes.
I am drinking a Queen of the May.
Queen of the May?
Mm-hmm.
What's in a Queen of the May?
It's a little bit of Old Overholt rye whiskey, because we got a new bottle, and some fresh grapefruit juice, a little bit of Angostura bitters, and a little bit of brown sugar, because I was too lazy to make simple syrup. And it was on the rocks, but they melted.
Nice. Very nice.
What about you? What are you drinking?
I am drinking the cold brew coffee liqueur that we got from Wiggle Whiskey in Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's so good. I love that
It's
stuff.
my postprandial
I
treat.
can't believe you still have that. I would have finished it by now.
Here it is. Cheers.
Right. Cheers
Ding.
to all of you.
Oh, Elliot, you have... Your lipstick seems a little...
What? Is it too much? Is it too much?
You need some...
Okay.
Here.
Thanks.
Just a touch.
Okay.
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 Cool.
Here,
Right.
here you go.
Thanks. This is a keepsake for me.
It's not very hygienic.
Excellent.
Now, let's see. I saw a question come up. I guess. Tim commented on the painting. Wait, I'm just going to go to full screen view.
Mm-hmm.
This painting, which has been here every week, is by a painter named Jérôme Ossibal. He's French. Not a painter. It's a print. And he's an artist. He works in a lot of different mediums. And a few years ago, there was like a listing for somebody looking for a place to stay, because he was an artist looking for a place to stay. His son was going to be performing in a circus in New York, and I happened to be going out of town with my partner at that same time. And so Jérôme Ossibal came and stayed in our apartment, and he was lovely. He was just this like French artist dude. And when it was all over, he left us this print, which like you can't maybe quite see it from there, but it's this like sort of worm's eye perspective of looking up at the skyscrapers in Midtown Manhattan, and it's one of like a limited series, which was just so sweet that he left it for us.
So nice.
Oh, and we got to go see his son in the circus too, which was really cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm just scrolling through the questions to see if there's any other things that people desperately need to know. Yeah. I'm just gonna highlight a few.
Helen Keller was a socialist.
Yeah, it's true. She was a really remarkable human. You're getting some compliments on your guitar.
I don't think it's my guitar. I haven't showed it.
Oh, that was mine. It's a ukulele. But thank you. It is beautiful. I didn't realize the guitar wasn't out yet. All right. What about you? Do you want to maybe...
Yes, I would
play
love
a
to play a song. I would love to do something here this evening. So, this evening I plan to, I want to play this Cotorino song called Oh My God. And it is about a character boarding a dirigible, a hot air balloon, actually,
As one does.
in search for his true love. And I just learned something fascinating about these blimps that they had in the 30s in the U.S. The Navy ran a few large blimps, and they would use them to ostensibly refuel planes that were too far away to fuel. So if they wanted to, like this is in the time of biplanes. So if they wanted to fly these scouting missions over the Pacific Ocean, they needed to refuel someplace. So they created this kind of trapeze contraption that would hang down from this blimp, and the biplane would come into it and fly and just land in this little gantry, and then it would refuel, and then they would release it, and it would fall, and it would go, and continue on with its mission.
That's amazing.
Yes, the blimps did not do well in bad weather, and this large blimp, the Ardent, I think it was called, crashed. But they had got this refueling thing down a little bit. Anyway, I just wanted to pass a little blimp knowledge on.
This is very important information, I think.
It is. And this was a helium blimp, not a hydrogen blimp the Hindenburg. But this blimp was actually just short, I think like 20 feet shorter than the Hindenburg, so really large. Anyway, here we go. This song is called Oh My God. Here
Take it away.
Doesn't matter what you've done before. Climb upon that ladder. This balloon is about to take off when your world is upside down and your love has gone. Enjoy the silent silver sound of the moon's most intimate song. far below. Here we are.
Yay.
Oh, I got blurry during that. Oh. There we go.
Don't get blurry.
All better.
I love that song.
Yeah.
Your mouth trumpet was getting some love.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Good.
Great job on the mouth trumpet.
I have lots of practice to play all these songs that normally have real trumpet.
Real trumpet? What is this real trumpet?
I don't know anymore. It's something people used to do.
We have some questions I think deserve answers.
Yes, what did people want to know?
Did those skulls smell weird when they arrived? They were fine. They didn't smell weird at all. I mean, I didn't smell them.
Oh, I got some. I've had skulls delivered to me before.
Did your skulls smell weird when they arrived?
A little bit.
And then a related question. What kind of bird skulls? They are magpie skulls, but they're actually resin replica skulls. Not actual. No magpies were murdered for these particular skulls.
Thank goodness.
So.
Thank goodness. I feel like you're on the wrong side of me.
Oh yeah, if you take yourself out and put yourself back, then you'll be on the right side. Oh, that's better. Oh, hello.
That's better.
You're everywhere. My God. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
you could
As
do
the
lots
song
of things.
says. We have a confession of a blimp phobia.
Oh.
Very
Yes.
common. Very common.
common.
They sometimes they explode. I mean, it's a reasonable fear to have.
They make a strange, unnerving sound. It's kind of like a whir.
I think it's about the way they move. You know, it's like that sort of ominous, slow creep. Like it's
like
getting
they're always peeking out
inexorably
from some sort
closer.
of building. Yeah.
Yeah,
They sneak up on you.
They are frightening, objectively.
Yeah, I'm afraid of blimps now that we mentioned it.
Yeah, reasonable. Hannah wants to know, where can she get the Helen Keller song? It is on YouTube, and there was a link shared a little earlier. So, but it's not a release track. I actually wrote that very long time ago. I actually wrote it when I was a grad student. I wrote it in class.
Oh, excellent.
Mhm.
Excellent.
All right, I am just
Okay. What are we?
scrolling to see if there's any other. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. I feel like we've answered all the like pressing questions that have come up so much. If you feel that we have neglected a question of yours, just repost it and we'll see it coming up in the thing.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that last time we had our guest had a very expressive mustache.
That's true.
And we learned some things.
Yeah, do you think it's time for the mustache report?
Is it time?
I think it's
Is
time.
it time? Will you
Yeah.
hit the thing?
Oh yeah. No, that's not the one. Here we go.
Ta-da! All right, now it's
Mustache
official.
report.
Now it's official.
All right. So
So-
first of all, tell us about the mustache don'ts that we learned last week, thanks to Kellfire.
Yes.
Because some people weren't here with us last week, and they might be looking for like what kind of unguent or cream to put on their mustache to make it magnificent.
Yes, if you're stuck somewhere without access to some fine mustache wax, do not use Tiger Balm, which I was trying last week, and it's
Fragrant.
exhilarating, but it doesn't work. The hold just isn't there.
Yeah. Okay. So not Tiger Balm.
Not Tiger Balm. Chapstick, we heard that was not good. It
Nope.
also doesn't have the hold.
Not chapstick.
Fragrant, but
Don't do it.
And melted crayons.
Also
Right.
a no-no.
Yeah, but colorful and a wide option.
Yeah, but
Of
not
colors.
recommended.
Not recommended. So we learned that. As I said, I'm just a tourist in this facial hair forest, and I'm learning. Other people may have facial hair, and they know all these things. This is just new to me. And we're all learning together, or all
Yeah.
teaching me together. And I really appreciate this group effort.
Yeah, so if any of you out there have mustache tips for Jeff or suggestions, like don't be shy.
Don't be shy.
He's open to suggestions and tips and
Yeah.
advice. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah, but how's it doing? How's it feeling?
yeah, let's look. I I've been trying to brush it, comb it.
Wow, that's a fancy looking comb.
It's pretty cheap. I'm saving up for something a little bit more extravagant and
I
fun.
thought maybe it was ebony. It's so fancy looking, but that's just through the screen. It's not. It's just.
Yeah.
You deserve a better mustache comb.
Yeah, I got my eye on a rosewood one.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
Yeah, really fine. Get all the nits out.
Oh, that's disgusting.
But I don't have nits, so yeah. So it's coming along.
All right, coming along.
I figure, we'll do this together, and one day.
Are you like trimming it? Like
I did.
What?
I did trim it. I used something that wasn't right for trimming a mustache, but I think this is just a temporary thing. I'm not going to have a mustache forever, and
Nothing is forever. It's
true.
all temporary.
Everything is temporary. So eventually, I will cut it off, and we will see that together.
Okay.
And maybe I'll raffle it off.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Who wants a mustache? Is anyone interested in having my mustache? We can talk about this later.
We can talk about it later. You don't have to answer that now. Okay, it's a very important piece of information just came on screen. I feel it very important for everybody to know.
Yeah.
I don't care if this is true. It is a rumor. But this is a good rumor.
Oh.
Salvador Dali used prunes to wax his mustache, which attracted flies. That is the kind of intel we are looking for.
Yes, I will try that. Thank you.
Yeah. We had a couple questions come in before we do a little more music.
I think that concludes the mustache report.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut off the mustache report. Were you done?
I'm done. I concluded it. See?
Anybody who is just tuning in, we just want to remind you that this is a donation-based concert. And in fact, the funds that we raise through this concert are largely going toward mustache care.
Oh, yes, they are.
Yes. Jeff's mustache deserves expensive products, and that's,
and
those
feeding and training and.
It's like having a very expensive pet or a child, even. Like, it needs training and
needs education and
upkeep, expensive unguents and oils and all kinds of products that aren't crayons or chapstick. So
it seems like we're still in the mustache report.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, so we're now no longer in the mustache report portion of the show, and we thank you for your attention during the mustache report.
All right.
Do we
have any? Yes.
Yeah, we had some good questions. I was just gonna pull up a couple.
Let's pull them up.
Amy asks, which albums are in heavy rotation for you right now? What have you been listening to?
I've been listening to my albums. The new Breeders album. I've been listening to the new Fiona Apple album. Those are the new things that I've been listening to.
That's what I was going to say. The new Fiona Apple album I've been listening to a lot. I've also been listening to Joanna Newsom's album Have One on Me, which is like a few albums ago. I somehow missed that one, and it's really good. I love her music. So, yeah, those are kind of my top two right now.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Let's see. I saw... what did you study in graduate school? What do you think I studied in graduate school?
Maybe that question's for me.
Yeah, what did you study in graduate school?
Nothing. I didn't study anything.
That's your problem.
I never went to graduate school.
Okay, here we've got a question.
Am I going to grow a beard? I am not. I mean, I had a beard just to kind of as the kind of armature, the thing to is like the breeding ground for the mustache. It was just like a support system. But now the mustache is fully fledged. I don't need a beard. Thank you, though, for asking.
Okay, good question. Good questions. In an alternate timeline right now, we are on tour.
Mm.
In the alternate timeline, we are playing Chicago right now. We're playing the Sideshow Gallery in Chicago tonight, which is happening in another section of the multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
And tomorrow we go to Detroit, and then we wrap up our tour in Cleveland at the Whiz Bang Theater, which is the theater of our dear friends Pinch and Squeal, who were guests on this show just a few weeks ago. So I just wanted to like put a little acknowledgement into the alternate timeline. I think it helps.
Yeah. And most importantly, we're here now with you, good people. And are you going to play a song? Or are you going to hit me with that?
If I could hit you with this, I would.
I know you would. What are you going to play?
I'm going to play a song from Sweet Souprette's album Days and Nights called A Lot Like Being Alone.
Oh, perfect.
Because this is kind of the opposite of that. This is like not being alone. Okay, but I gotta tune this thing. I just tuned it, but it's very humid in here, and it's messing with this thing. Will you just talk to them for a second?
Oh, I was on mute. You're all... It's a lot like being in tune.
It's a lot like being in tune. Yeah.
Yes. It is super humid here in Brooklyn, New York. And... Oh, okay. She's ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. Thank you.
Watching you sleep. No lover, redeemer to make you believe her when she says your heart isn't buried so deep and you're lying awake in your bed. Just you and the animals inside your head, how they pace in their cages. They gnaw at their bones. Feels a lot like being alone. La da da, la da 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 da da. It feels a lot like being alone. It's 4 in the morning, your heart beats a warning that you can't quite figure out. Is it hold on, be strong, or don't wait too much longer now? It's so hard to endure when you're not sure if you're on a fast or a hunger strike. You just pray that you're right and you'll get through tonight because, babe, you know what it feels like. It's too early or too late to call. And here in this house behind fortified walls, you know, nothing gets through but a voice on the phone. Feels a lot like being alone. La da da, la da da da, la da da da, la da 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 da. La da 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 da. It feels a lot like being alone.
You're not alone. I'm here.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm so glad.
It's one of the few songs I've played bass on in a live
That's right.
circumstance.
It's funny. Whenever I play that song, I'm taken back to the apartment of the boyfriend whose house I wrote it in. Was not a. It was temporary, as they say.
Yeah. Well, you got a good song out of it.
Yeah, got a good song out of it, and but the image that I sort of live in that song is the animals, the caged animals in your inside your head. That's that's where that song lives for me.
Cool. Yeah, you got a lot of claps from that song.
It's really so. We're using a new platform this week, as you probably noticed from our fancy graphics.
Yeah.
And it means that we get to see your comments in the same place where we're actually doing the live streaming, which is really exciting, distracting, but like in a good way.
Yeah, right. So we're distracted.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
I'm good. I'm good. I think unless there's any pressing questions, I think I'm just gonna play a song.
Yeah, play a song.
Now we talked about landing biplanes on blimps. This is a Coderino song called Planes Land. It's got nothing to do with landing biplanes.
You say
on
that.
blimps.
You say that now.
It's got nothing to do originally, but now I see that's what it was all about. Let's see if I can remember it. Okay, here we go. I sit around and watch planes land all day, go over and over the things I did wrong. I can't remember when I last felt this way. Made me the villain in our love song. The higher you go, the thinner the air. Head in the clouds spoils the view. What I didn't know is that I wouldn't care. Someone's been crying, but it wasn't you. I let go of your hand and you flew away. I understand it's better that way. When your plane lands and you fall in from grace, I'll be there, I'll be there, I'll be there. I'll be there, I'll be there, I'll be there. I sit around and watch planes land all night. I don't know the future, but I read all the cards. Deal another hand till it comes out right. I'm weak in the diamonds, but strong in the hearts. I let go of your hand and you flew away. I understand it's better that way. But when your plane lands and you fall in from grace, I'll be there, I'll be there, I'll be there. I'll be there, I'll be there, I'll be there. You have places to see, I've people to be, and paper airplanes to unfold. I read it right there in your note. I have a hard time letting go of your hand and you flew away. I understand it's better that way. But when your plane lands and you fall in from grace, I'll be there, I'll be there, I'll be there. I'll be there, I'll be there, I'll be there. I'll be there, 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 I'll be there. Oh,
I love that
you're over
song.
there. You've
I'm
switched
over here.
sides.
Yeah, you can take yourself out and put yourself back if you'd rather.
You take yourself out and put yourself.
The new peer person goes on this side. There, better? Happy?
Yes, I am.
I love that song. I remembered that I forgot to I was gonna let everybody know that the song that I played before is available on this beautiful vinyl
Oh yeah, here.
LP.
Yeah, let's give people some room.
All
Yeah.
right, yeah,
Here.
it's a 12-inch vinyl LP. It's Sweet Sweetbread's album Days and Nights. So if you like vinyl, you already have Charming Disasters vinyl LP.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Or if you want both of them, that's also an option.
Or neither.
Or
If you want
neither,
neither
yeah,
of them,
sure.
that's an option.
Yeah, and like if you don't have a record player and you just want something like that's kind of soft and flexible that like we could stick in an envelope to you that you could wear, then I recommend the Charming Disaster bandana.
Yes, makes a great blindfold, a terrible face mask, and a really good meditation bandana.
Yeah.
Or blindfold, but yeah.
Yeah, and these are actually going fast. We got like 24 of these, this new design made, and there's like 6 left. So hop on that bandwagon if you want
Cool.
one. We still have some of the other design now. And those merch links I think are pinned in Facebook, and it's that's our Bandcamp.
Cool.
I like that song. It's a good song.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. You covered it on a previous.
Yeah, I did. I covered it on a previous. That's how much I like that song, is I covered it.
Yeah.
We have a question. Where do you each draw inspiration for your songs?
Well, it's interesting because these Coderino songs are all very personal and about, life experiences and heartache and mystery. During the time of writing Coderino, I was really focused on the music first. So I would let the music kind of also inform the lyrics. And but as I met Elia and we started collaborating, I started kind of thinking about lyrics first, which was a new thing for me. So most of the songs that we're playing solo are from our individual projects, and it's much different with Charming Disaster as far as inspiration come. I mean, it filters through like personal experience and feeling, but it's, we have a plethora of influences and sources.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the thing that sort of ties together the individual project songs and the Charming Disaster songs, at least for me, is like I had a creative writing teacher in college who used the word preoccupations a lot, like stuff that comes up a lot for you in your work or things that you're slightly obsessed with. And like Helen Keller is a great example, because like I have been like slightly obsessed with Helen Keller since I was a kid, and that said to me that's a song. And we recently wrote a song about poisonous plants, which we've been talking about for a while, because we're like, we should have a song about poisonous plants because we're like really interested in poisonous plants. And so sometimes it's like something that you want to know more about, or that like you have an itch about somehow, like something that you don't know. And sometimes even the personal songs for me are a way to sort of figure something out that I know but I don't know. And then the song can tell you what you need to hear sometimes.
Yeah. I see Mike Gawkin asking if you can still buy the Coderino CDs. You can go to coderino.bandcamp.com. I think that's thrown in the links there, where you can download them, but the CDs themselves, I think, are pretty much all gone.
But the downloads are there. You can burn a CD. You can make a bootleg.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, henchperson Dan, would you mind sharing the Coderino Bandcamp link again, if you'd be so kind? And a big thank you to henchperson Dan lurking in the shadows, helping make this live stream run. We salute you, Dan. We can.
Is it time?
I think it's time.
All right. Excellent.
We have a very special guest coming to join the show tonight. We met him on tour. We actually met him on tour with Coderino back in, what was that? What did we decide it was? 2014? 1814?
1814, something like that.
I forget. It's the time goes so quickly. Anyway, we'll talk more about our shared dark past.
Let's invoke him.
Let's invoke him. Aaron J. Shay, we have invoked you. Welcome. We give you Aaron J. Shay with Eldritch Forces.
Decided to leave everything behind and forsake the trudging whirl of civilization and join with the eldritch forces that conspire against mankind. I told my supervisor the news. She was surprised, but she took it with stride. A handshake and some congratulations, then I was on my way. When I got home, a black car was waiting outside. And isn't it nice to have something to believe in? Isn't it nice to have somewhere to belong? When humanity is fed into the void, I will be there singing this song. Some new friends by the coffee machine. Mephistopheles, he's from Germany, and he's really into ska. And Daryl from Salem has got the strangest eyes I've ever seen. We're gonna take a botany class together and go camping in the ancient hills just outside of town, and go fishing for all of the slithering beasts in the bottomless pool, while Daryl sings like the voices we hear coming from the burial ground. And isn't it nice to have something to believe in? Isn't it nice to have somewhere you belong? When humanity is fed into the void, give me your hand, no I will not cut it off. And I'm starting to understand that these people are not evil minions at all. And I'm starting to understand that my initial impressions were from ignorance and cold. These cursed tongues are just someone else's language. These forsaken tomes are just someone else's books. And even this dagger that they gave me is ceremonial. It can't even cut bread. Nothing is as strange as it first looks. And feeding humanity into the void isn't such a bad thing, if you'll hear me out. 'Cause like David Byrne said, heaven is a place where nothing ever happens, and nothing is what the void is all about. And isn't it nice to have something to believe in? Isn't it nice to have somewhere you belong? Isn't it nice to perspective. Isn't it nice to finally sing along? That's your cue, everybody. Isn't it nice to have something to believe in, somewhere to belong? Isn't it nice to have somewhere to belong? A sense of perspective. Isn't it nice to have a sense of perspective? Finally sing along. Isn't it nice to finally sing along? One more time. Isn't it nice to have something to believe in, somewhere to belong? Isn't it nice to have somewhere to belong? Sense of perspective. Isn't it nice to have a sense of perspective? Finally sing along. Isn't it nice to finally sing along?
Yay! Thank
That
you.
was awesome.
Thank you, Aaron, so much. We love that song. And
I'm so glad.
oh my gosh.
That gimmick could have gone a little bit better at the beginning, but you know what? It's
I thought it was
live
perfect.
It was
theater.
perfect. It was perfect. This is the magic of live entertainment. You
Yes.
don't know what's going to happen.
It's true.
Isn't it nice?
I did not know what was going to happen.
Isn't
Clearly.
it nice? It's nice.
It's nice.
Hey, Hedge Person Dan, would you throw up the link for that song so all the people clapping know where to download it? That would be awesome.
Oh yeah, please do.
So, Aaron, when did we decided we met you back in 2014, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think that's correct.
Yes.
And
I remember going to the Sip and Ship where you were working.
Yeah.
The coffee shop / postal service place. Right?
Yeah, still operational, right in Old Ballard in Seattle.
That's right.
Great
And you
little
lent
shop.
me your amp. You've
oh
never
my
met
God,
me
that
before.
was you. I
I
didn't
forgot about
realize
that.
that
Yeah.
was you. That was so nice of you.
That was so nice
oh
of
my
you.
gosh.
I like being able to support touring artists regardless of whether I'm playing with them or not. I've lent material to touring artists a lot over the years.
It was
Just-
our first tour, and you were our first contact there, and it was
Aw.
very, very helpful. And
Yeah, we were like, oh, we love this town. This is great.
Yeah.
Seattle.
Everyone's so nice.
Everyone's
So
so
glad.
nice here. It's true, though.
It is true.
All right, some audience members have questions for you. For instance, what are you drinking?
This is a drink called a Seattle beer. It's a beer that I bought in a can and then poured into a cup.
A beer, you say?
Oh, fascinating.
Interesting.
It's a interurban IPA from Fremont Brewery, to be precise.
Oh, that is, we appreciate precision.
I've always said that about you.
So, so that song, you put that out as kind of a fundraiser song. Is that right?
Yeah. So when this all hit, I had a EP in the can that I was ready to release, and I was like, "How do you release music in a pandemic?"
Right.
And I thought about it a lot, and I'm in a place where I'm financially okay, so it felt weird to like ask people to pay money when so many people are struggling right now. So in the end, I chose a local mutual aid fund that was helping Seattle area and Puget Sound area folks who were struggling, and I donated 80% of the proceeds from a single and then that EP, which I released later. And it did so well that I released Eldritch Forces on the beginning of May, and between those 3 different separate projects, I raised about $500 for a variety of causes. And I'm going to be doing another one next week on the first Friday of June. Going to be releasing
fantastic.
a new
Oh,
Bandcamp.
excellent.
That's
Excellent.
fantastic. So everybody, go follow Aaron Shay on Bandcamp, and all of his links, which are all in the comments now, I think. And you've got a Patreon too, so we're sharing all your links so that people can find you and follow you
Yeah.
and buy your music and support your causes and everything.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. I really appreciate it.
Like it's I said it before, but like this is like the consolation of this time is that we're able to connect with people no matter where they are. like we met you in Seattle, and we were planning to come back in June, and like that's not happening now for a little while, but like we get to be here with you. But we have been thinking a lot about tour, since we are, you know, on the alternate timeline, and we've been thinking a lot about things, useful tour tips that are also applicable to our current situation.
Yeah.
Yes.
So one that came up last week, actually somebody asked about it and we didn't get a chance to answer the question, is vodka spray. Is everybody familiar with the vodka spray trick?
If you're in theater, you've probably heard of this.
Yeah.
Yes. Here's a little life hack for you. If you're on tour or perhaps in quarantine without access to the laundry facilities that you're accustomed to in your urban life, a little vodka in a little spray thing. You just like spritz the pits of whatever you've been wearing and you let it dry, and magically the stink bacteria
gets drunk and disappears.
Gets drunk and disappears.
Yep.
And then you can wear that costume again and again without having to dry clean it as soon.
Yes. It's important you let it dry
Yes.
Yes.
and not like stuff it in the bottom of your duffel bag, which I've done
Yeah.
many times.
You
But
will smell
it's-
like you've been drinking a lot of vodka.
that's right.
Well, and then like if you want to add a little frisson, you can do it with gin for a little
Yeah.
juniper.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that's
being
like
in a
advanced
forest.
level. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. Do you have any tour tips that you've been using in quarantine?
One of the things, I have not traveled as much as you, but one of the things that I learned on tour, probably first before anything else, was how to operate a bathroom without using the palm of my hands.
That is very useful.
Very, very good.
So critical. When you're on the road at rest stops, you learn how to open doors with your elbows.
Yeah.
And just think of your hands as no-go zones and just ball the fists and just walk into that questionable bathroom and just do not use the palm of your hands. It's way easier than you would expect. I've operated a lot of bathrooms with just my feet.
That's incredible.
Wow. Do you wear shoes?
Yes.
Can
Oh,
you play the
must.
banjo with your feet?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I was in furlough only for 2 months. Maybe if I'd gone for 3, that would have been in my skill set. But I was brought back to my day job, so I'm no longer in the non-working class.
I see. Well,
Next time.
there's always room
pandemic.
for next pandemic. Exactly.
Well, Aaron, thank you so much for joining us here. It's always a pleasure getting to hang with you and to see you. This is what, like our third time. Now we're like old friends.
Yeah, it's so great to hang out.
Oh, also, I saw a comment earlier that I wanted to mention.
Yeah.
Please.
To the person who, due to time differences, uses this show as background for a while they're falling asleep, I am so sorry. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna wake this guy up.
It's all right. It's part of the fun.
Oh, also, you're getting some Jason Webley love. I just wanted to.
Oh yeah, that was
Share
for
that.
the 11-11-11 show, which was an absolute dream and impossible to describe.
Nice.
Nice.
And I'm just quickly scrolling through some of the love that you were getting. All right.
Thanks.
All right. Well, thank you so much again. We're gonna banish you back to the dark eldritch abyss from whence you came. Yeah,
I'm
better
ready.
put on the hood. All right. And he's gone.
And he's gone. Look at that.
Amazing. Look at that production value.
I know. It's like we have a whole team.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the CNN team working with us.
Yeah. Do we have any other banners they haven't seen yet that we can show off? Okay, I'm gonna throw up the donation one again. If you wanna support the show and Jeff's mustache in particular, these are some of the ways that you can do that. We also are giving a portion of what we raise through this show to local efforts to, let's see, what have we given to so far? There was a PPE for frontline workers. There was local restaurants serving meals for frontline workers, and Pete's Candy Store,
Pete's
which
Candy
is
Store.
our kind of home base venue here in Brooklyn. So we're gonna We have to figure out what we're gonna give the May donation to, because we're kind of aggregating them. But rest assured that we are paying it forward as well. You want to do? We're getting toward the end of this show. Oh God, I forgot to. I can't take off the thing. Wait. Okay. All right, everything's fine. I think we're getting toward the end game, as it were. You know what that means?
What does it mean? Oh, yes.
Oh. You know what it means.
I know.
It's time for a divination. How are we supposed to know what the universe has in store for us if we don't ask for guidance? You lost the other deck, didn't you?
I did. That's what you could see it in my eyes. I was like, oh, where's my deck?
All right, well, it's fine. Those animals are not very helpful. It's the unicorns.
I can come up with an animal.
All right, I'm shuffling the unicorn deck.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, all right.
All right, I'll make the unicorn sound.
All right. You just tell me when to stop.
I could just... There. That one. That's the one.
We have selected the awareness unicorn.
Oh.
Awareness. Just being aware. Awareness. It's a majestic, aware unicorn in a clearing with light. I'm going to read you what the fine print says. The fine print says, oh God, it's very fine. Live in the moment. Be conscious of your thoughts. Look for signs and guidance. Okay. I mean, it's a little self-reflexive, don't you think? Like that's why we're looking at this card, right?
Right. Look for signs.
Look for signs and guidance.
I didn't...
Well, anyway, awareness. This is all just happening in your field of consciousness.
This is all arising in consciousness.
Awareness. All right, well, we could all stand to be aware of what's happening, I suppose.
Be in the moment.
In the moment. Be in the moment. All right, well, I think
that moment has come.
I think that moment has come. We are so grateful to all of you for joining us here tonight for the 12th edition of the Charming Disaster Quarantine live stream. We're going to be back again next week with some more exciting special guests, and we're looking forward to seeing you again. It means so much to us to see all of your names show up week after week in the comments. It's really fun to see you talking to each other and making friends across geographic barriers. It means a lot to us to be making this room happen that we can all be in.
Most definitely.
So yeah, thank you.
Thank
for being
you
here
all.
with us. And we're gonna play one more song for you before we release you into the ether.
Hit it.
My mama always said you can't cheat an honest man.
Can't count
It's
a
not
con.
a lie, my love, if they believe you.
It's not a lie, it could be true.
Tell them anything, dear,
Tell
and
them
wrap
what
them
they
around
wanna
your finger,
hear.
and take them for what they've got before they leave you.
Well, I used to be a gambler, but the odds were never good.
Not in
My lucky
favor.
stars were never my best feature.
I rely
So
upon
I
my
cut it
charm
out with cards.
and
I was
dice and
working
betting
much
at the
too
races.
hard. And I was born to live a life of leisure. Let's
Let's take this sleepy town by storm, and when the sheep have all been shorn, we'll be gone just like the gentle breeze of yesterday.
With your skills and my good looks, the fish will be begging for the hook, reeled in by our seductive serenade. Well, I
The
go.
Bible says God's creatures all look out for number one.
It's human
This
nature.
golden rule has been my bread and butter.
What you do unto
We
others.
plan to top a crossing, but
Slip a
I'm
dagger
sticking with
in their
this
back.
horse. If the con is long enough, it doesn't matter.
Let's take this sleepy town by storm, and when the sheep have all been shorn, we'll be gone just like the gentle breeze of yesterday.
With your skills and my good looks, those fish will be begging for the hook, reeled in by our seductive serenade.
Well, I go by many names, dear. Some call me a snake. To others, I'm the closest of their friends.
Keep my enemies much
When
closer.
they ask me about my living,
Exactly
I give
what
them
is
no
it you
misgiving.
do?
'Cause what I trade in is their confidence.
Since we met, I don't know if I've fallen for you, baby, or if you've set me up to take the fall.
Love is just another con, a fairy tale to lead them on. But together, baby, maybe we could love them all.
Let's take this sleepy town by storm, and when the sheep have all been shorn, we'll be gone just like the gentle breeze of yesterday. With
Skills and my good looks, those fish will be begging for the hook, reeled in by our seductive serenade.
let's take this sleepy town by storm, and when the sheep have all been shorn, we'll be gone just like the gentle breeze of yesterday.
Today, with your skills and my good looks, those fish will be begging for the hook, reeled in by our seductive serenade.
Reeled in by our seductive serenade.
Reeled in by our seductive serenade.
All right, we were gonna go to the screen after this, but I gotta give them a little bit of this puppy.
This is Kira.
Oh my God, she's so cute.
Look at the
Look at
crowd.
that.
Look at the crowd, Kira. She's a rescue. She's about 4 years old.
Oh my God, she's
Kira with
so,
a Q.
so cute. All right, I'm bringing everybody into the stream. Henchperson Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you
Thank
all
you,
so
Dan.
much for being
Thank you,
part of our
everyone.
show. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Kira. And
Thank you, Charming Disaster.
we love you.
We love you.
We love you.
All right, and now we can throw up the thing.
Okay.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.